friends, welcome back to this session. So in this session, basically we are going to understand how container registry works on the Azure side. So as previous example, we moved our Docker image to the ACR on Docker Hub, and here in this session we are going to discuss how we can push the Docker image to the Azure registry. So we'll take the example of the complete the DevOps project where we go with the repository GitHub action, which will auto trigger your CI/CD pipeline, and the code will go to the HashiCorp packer, that is the Terraform packer, which will actually build your Docker image using the Ubuntu 20, and that will be going to push on the Azure registry side. So let's start what things we are going to discuss in this session. So section 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here basically we're going to understand how to take the Azure credential, how to create a Azure registry. Second part will create a repository, GitHub repository, then configuration of the packer configuration writing, which build the Docker, setting up the GitHub action, running the action workflow, and at last we will validate the Azure container registry where actually our image is pushed or not. So let's move to the first step. So first step is basically we have to make the setup part, the Azure resource group. We have to create a container registry, and we have to give the roles for the that new container registry, and from there we will take the API credentials. So same credential we'll use for our GitHub action to push the Docker image. So let's move on the demo part. So to start Azure registry create, we need the basic part is the resource group in the Azure any resource creation. So we have created the resource group here. So from here we are going to start. So our demo resource group is already there, and now we are going to create a new registry. So in the container registry we are here. I'm just creating the new registry. So just clicking on the create registry form, and here we'll pass the details. So here I'm just passing the resource group that is already created, giving the registry name here. So I'm just giving the S3 cloud of example. I'm just taking the basic pricing plan, create networking, default configuration, encryption default configuration, tag default, and creating the our container registry. So this will create a container registry. You can see the initializing the deployment started. Okay, validation is passed. You can see, click on here the home page. In the meanwhile, it will create a container. You can see here it will create or not. So wait for a while. So it's deploying the process. Okay, so it's saying your deployment is completed, your container registry is created. Go to the resource, you can click here. Okay, so our S3 cloud of example registry is created here. Okay, so now we need to give the get the credentials to post. So I'm just going to the console. So cloud shell I'm opening here, which we can trigger our command from here. If you want to trigger command from your locally machine, then you have to log in through the AZ login, and you can do the same. But here we are taking on the same console from cloud shell. We have to run the two command to get the credential and give the roles. So here we are going to create a SP the roles here. So I'll say the same command over the video also. So let's wait for a while. Once it's connected, okay, it's connected. Okay, now I'm just passing my command here. I'll explain the command also. Okay, so we are creating AZ ADSP create for RBAC. Here we give the name. This is the ACR push role we are passing to the S3 cloud of example, which we have created the container registry. So I'm just creating here. Okay, so this will give the as output, this will give the credentials. So ideally we should not show the credentials, but since this is a demo, and after demo I'm going to delete my credentials, so no worries. This is the demo part. I have to show you how it works. Okay, so we got the credential. Now we have to give the roles assignment to the container registry. So just I'm passing another command. So this will do the Azure role assignment to the, this is our subscription ID, and ACR push, this is our resource container registry S3 cloud of example. Just I'm giving this one. Okay, so this is assignment part is also created. We got the credential, we got the role assignment also there. Okay, I'm just taking this data to for our reference. Okay, now our Azure side part is done. Let's move to our GitHub side where we have to create a new repository. So let's move to the GitHub side. So let's create new GitHub repository. I'm just creating the new repository here. Uh, so let me create a public here so people can also view the. We have to give a name. So we are giving the name the packer Azure ACR. So the new repository is created. Let's create a new file here. That is the for our packer configuration. So packer configuration, I'll show you how packer configuration works. So this is my packer configuration. I'm giving the name the packer file. Okay, so this is here. Okay, I'll explain the what is the configuration here. So basically, this is the packer version requirement. That's a dependency part that they plug in the Docker and source from the GitHub Hashicorp Docker, and this is the version mentioning here. Okay, so packer side source we are taking the Ubuntu 20 image. Build part what we are doing the build. So we are taking the source here and we are doing the some configuration on top of that Docker image. So basically we are doing the update, apt update, install some utils, and that's the basic configuration of the that Docker part. Okay. Then what we are doing? Then we are doing the post configuration. Here we are giving the tagging actually. Okay. So tagging part we have to change the here our repository name. So what we given the repository name? So we given the repository name is S3 Cloud Hub example. Okay, so now I'm just saving this configuration with the yes here. Let's move to the workflow. I'm just going to the action part. So let's create the workflow. I'm just creating the simple workflow. We have the ready configuration workflow file. Since we cannot create in the same video, it will take longer time. So we'll go to the previous copy of the configuration and we will discuss here. Okay, so this file here, basically we take the Ubuntu image, then we do checkout our source, then setting up the Docker, setting up the packer, making the packer initializing, validation of our packer configuration, then we do the packer build. Okay, later part what we are doing the configuration of our Azure login here, then we are creating the pushing our image, and then we are doing the logout. Okay, this looks very pretty simple. Okay, but before pushing to this one, we have to do the configuration of our secrets. So what secrets we are doing here, that we have to discuss. Okay, for that we have to go to the setting part, create your secrets here. So here I'm just going to action and we create a secrets. Okay, let's go the one by one secrets. So first secret is the registry name. So I'm creating the registry name here. Okay, we'll take the registry name from our configuration file. So our registry name is this one. So I created this registry name here. Then we'll go for the second variable, which is the ACR username. So let's create the ACR username here. So the ACR username, and we'll pass the value what we got just now uh, before this one. We run our sp command that will give the app id, that is our actually ACR user name. So I'm passing the app id here. This is done. Now we have to pass the password, which is the Azure credential here. So let's create the Azure credential here. So this is Azure credential, and the value each what the password is provided by the sp command. Okay, now this is the done. So I think we got three credential here: registry name, username, credential. Here also registry name. credential. Okay, just I'm doing the commit here. Okay, credential part was already there. So let's move to the action workflow. So since we have created the workflow, it trigger our configuration. Actually, we given the wrong name. We have to give the build.ml, but no problem. We can rename that one. Okay, but let's validate first whether our build part is running or not. So this is started. If you see the overall steps: setting up job, check out repository, Docker build, then set up Packer, initialize Packer, validating the Packer configuration. Now it's doing the Docker build using the Packer. Later it will go with the Azure login, then build and post the Docker image, log out Azure, and post the configuration from the runner configuration. So let's wait for a while. Meanwhile, this is running. So login part is completed, the Docker post part is also done, and the logout and all the configuration will be done. So you can see the build has been completed successfully. So let's move to the Azure registry to validate part. Okay, so right now we are in Azure registry. Okay, let's replace this part. Okay, and let's open in the next session. Anyhow, we just open our cloud shell here. So let's go to the registry. Okay, let's go to the container registry. I'm just clicking on the container registry here. Here our registry is there. We have to check our Docker image has been pushed or not. So here we have to see whether our Docker push or not. So in the repository part, so here you can see the Docker image. This is the repository, and the final image has been latest with the version. The digest is here. So this is push, and this is working here completely successfully from the end to end. So you can see your Docker image. So if you want to pull the image, you can give this command to pull from the Docker registry, the Azure Docker registry. This is the pull command. So this will pull, and you can use for your further use case. So friends, this is example of how we can create a Azure registry and how we can push the Docker image using the Packer build and using the Docker GitHub action, which basically push to the registry on Azure ACR registry. So basically this complete example of DevOps project, this will basically helpful for the each newcomers and beginners, and we will continue to similar the same kind of series. If you have any specific use case to need for your demo purpose, you can write a comment, and feel free to raise any concern question in the comment section. Thank you very much.
If you have any question or any doubt, feel free to ask in the comment section below. I will answer you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Bye and have a nice day.